Welcome to the Welcome to Bet Tikvah's July service. Ravid and I are co-leading, and we are glad you all came out for tonight. Thank you.
Yep, thank you all. And one of the things is, as I put this together, and especially with all the events of the last month or so, sort of thought of this as healing from everything that's been going on.
We're going to start on page 1 with your insert. If we don't have enough inserts, then we'll need to share.
We come together this Shabbat, each bringing to the sanctuary a private world of hopes, fears, of dreams. Some of us are burdened by the anxieties and cares that all but crash our faith in the future. Others have hearts filled with happiness, grateful for the joys of the past week, yet aware that even the most fortunate are vulnerable before the mystery of tomorrow. Every life is a unique blend of joy and sorrow, of fulfillment and frustration. Beneath our uniquenesses are all bound together by common humanity. All of us most deeply yearn for the blessing of freedom and peace. Each of us seeks the personal liberation of a mind that does not enslave to conventional wisdom, a heart that is able to love without fear, a spirit that cries yes to the universe. Each of us strives for the inner peace that comes with the finding of harmony between our aspirations and our abilities. This Shabbat peace to which we aspire. And now turn to page 4 for Hine Matov.
A song about how great it is to be together as a big community.
Sorry, hold on. Had this. Oh, is the microphone not on? Hold on.
As a big community.
Hine matov u'manayim, she'etahim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, she'etahim gam yachad. Hine matov, she'etahim gam yachad. Hine matov, she'etahim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, she'etahim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, she'etahim gam yachad. Hine matov, hine matov. Yadalai, yadalai, yadalai. Hine matov, hine matov. Yadalai, yadalai, yadalai. Hine matov u'manayim, she'etahim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, she'etahim gam yachad. Matov u'manayim, she'etahim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, she'etahim gam yachad.
Sorry. Okay.
So now let's turn to the bottom of page 4 and read responsively. I'll take the first stanza, if the congregation take the second. How sweet it is to gather in a spectrum of gender identities in the house of God who transcends human limits and categories.
How fine it is to gather, Jews and non-Jews together, in the house of God who hears the prayers of all peoples.
How pleasant it is to gather in a rainbow of affections and sexualities in the house of God who loves each of us as we created, who loves without limit and forever.
How good it is to gather those with firm beliefs together with those whose hearts have doubt, in the house of God who values deeds of caring and justice far above the recitation of creeds.
And now turn to page 8 for Catch Our Breath. Tonight is a time to catch our breath, whatever we have been doing, making, working, creating. Tonight we pause to catch our breath. No matter how necessary our work, how important to the world, how urgent that we continue. No matter how joyful our work, how fully and profoundly human, no matter how flawed our work, how urgent that we set it right. Tonight we pause to catch our breath.
Please turn to page 13 for Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamayim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachei Shalom, Malachei Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tikvah Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamayim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Okay. And now for candle lighting, please turn back to page 10. Does anyone have a simcha and would like to light candles tonight?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishon mitzvotav tzivanu What is your birthday coming up in 2 weeks? Excellent. Happy early birthday.
Page 14.
Our workdays are long, filled with concern and cares, with pretending to be what we are not. May this Shabbat give us strength to see ourselves and our tasks with heart and spirit renewed by our workshop together, and with this renewed energy, may we dedicate the spirit of Shalom into our lives and into our communities. May we have the insight to help those in need, the perspective to look beyond ourselves, and the willingness to help create a society that respects and cares for the world and God's creation. May we appreciate all we have with grateful hearts and have the strength to bear our burdens.
Please turn to page 16 for Lachadodi. We will be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And before we begin verse 9, it is our tradition to stand and face the rear of the room. Do we stand? Okay. Beth, will you lead us?
Shamor Sibor Bibor Echad Ish Mi'anu Echad Adonai Echad Shemot L'Shem Tiferet V'Tila L'Chadodi L'Igrat Kala P'nei Shabbat L'Kabela L'Igrat Shabbat L'Chulilcha Ki Mekor HaBracha Merosh Migdal Neslucha Sofra Senu L'Tila L'Chadodi L'Igrat Kala P'nei Shabbat L'Kabela Hitoreri, Kilore, Kumiori, Uri, Shir Daveri, Kavod Adonai, Le'ayegla, L'Chadodi L'Igrat Kala, P'nei Shabbat L'Kabela. Boi v'shalom ateret la gam b'simcha to'emunei ha'segula boi chala l'chadodi l'igrat kala p'nei Shabbat l'kabela. Thank you. Page 20 at the bottom. Please read responsively. And then all that has divided us will merge.
And then compassion will be wedded to power.
And then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind.
And then both men and women will be gentle.
And then both women and men will be strong.
And no person will be subject to another.
And then all will be rich and free and varied.
And then the greed of some will give names to the needs of many.
And then all will share equally in the earth's abundance.
And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old.
And then all will nourish the young.
And then all will cherish life's creatures.
And then all will live in harmony with each other and the earth.
And then everywhere will be called Eden once again.
Okay. On the next page, page 21, we're going to read each stanza around the room, starting over here and just going around. If you would like to pass, you absolutely do not have to read. You want to start?
Sure. I have walked alone seeking answers.
I have lived alone chasing dreams.
I have tried to remove my word to worthless judgments.
I have cried my pain, silent screams.
I have been sometimes served at such a trials.
I have wandered in golden fields of grace, been released by honest life.
I have touched the western wall, holy place.
I have soared alone above the dark. I have walked the deep dark tunnels of the earth. I have dined with distance and with traveling. I have heard the pain of giving birth.
I have been sought after as a teacher. I have been refused the laurel wreath.
Max, are you reading?
I have heard the thunder blast of sunrise.
JT?
I played the rules set by the master.
Though often I didn't understand the game.
I have won more masks than I remember.
I have been a face without a name.
And when, like you, I ask the final question,
Who on earth is supposed to be?
Circle to the answer.
only, it's always me.
Okay.
I now turn to the insert for Twilight People Prayer. As the sun sinks and the colors of the day turn, we offer a blessing for twilight is neither day nor night, but in between. We are all
Sorry, you didn't say responsive.
twilight people. We can never be fully labeled or defined. We are many identities and loves, many genders and none. We are in between roles, at the intersection of histories, or between place and place. We are crisscross paths of memory and destination streaks of light swirled together. We are neither day nor night. We are both, neither and all. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, and widen our vision. May this in-between light illuminate our way to the God who transcends all categories and definitions. May the in-between people who have come to pray be lifted up into this twilight. We cannot always define, we can always say a blessing. Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on the twilight.
Okay, we're now entering into the evening service. Please rise for the Baruch. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. And let's just remain standing for the Shema on the next page. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. And let's chant the V'ahavta together, please, at the bottom of page 26. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווה היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבבך ודיברת בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך ובשעתם להיות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Thank you. Okay, turn to page 29, please, and let's read responsibly. Help us, O God, to lie down in peace and awaken us to rise again to life.
May we always be guided by your good counsel and sheltered in your tent of peace.
May we always feel protected because you are our merciful and protecting God.
Help us, O God, to lie down in peace and teach us that peace means more than quiet.
Remind us that if we are to be at peace at night, we must take heed how we live by day.
And grant us peace that comes from honest dealing, so that no fear of guilt will haunt us.
Rid us of resentments and hatreds which rob us of the peace we crave.
May we inflict no pain, bring no shame, and seek no profit by
Others' loss.
May we live so that we can face the whole world with serenity.
May we
Feel no remorse at night for what we have done during the day.
May we lie down in peace tonight and awaken tomorrow to a richer and fuller life. Page 30, we're going to sing Vashamru. Oops, sorry. Vashamru, Vanessa. Can y'all hear the music okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Page 32 for the Hatzi Kaddish. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Ve'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechol yomechol v'chayechol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, ubizman kariv, v'meru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam le'omei almaya, yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yiramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal shmei kudasha. Le'elam yinkol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'yama v'meru. Amen. Okay, and now we're going to do the Amidah together. And that's on your insert. And the whole thing is here that we're going to do. Adonai sifatai titahu biyadi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Eloheinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, Hanurah, Elohim, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot Mimahot, U'mevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, L'ma'an Shmo Yahavah, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'ezras Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, V'chayei hakol atah ra l'hoshia, Morid hatal, Mechakel chayim b'chesed, Mechayei hakol b'rachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rochei kolim, Umatir asurim, Umakayim emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha b'gevurot, Umido melach, Melach memid umachayei, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kedoshim l'kol yom l'kol lu'asela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. On page 42, we will join together to sing Sim Shalom. Page 42. Shalom, Tova, Bracha. Hallelujah, and all the voices forever. Okay. On the next page, 43, Shalom Rav, Song of Peace. Shalom Rav, Shalom Rav, Tasim Rav, Shalom Rav, Shalom Rav, Tasim Rav. Shalom. The top in the and I'm Israel, and all into the Lord, He's no man. Shalom, Israel, Sasim, Shalom, Israel, Tasim Le'olam, Tasim Le'olam, Tasim Le'olam.
Take care of yourselves and each other, to keep on making your ways.
Okay. Oh, look, it's time for the drush.
So after I signed up for this week's service, I, of course, did what everyone does and looks to see what the Parsha of the week is. And I almost returned doing the service because of that. But because it's this week's Parsha is Pinchas, which is sort of one of the more dubious, more toxic Parshas in the Torah, in my opinion at least. But just to give a quick basic outline here, we have Pinchas declares war on the Midianites after he kills a lot of the Israelite women for debauchery and partying and, all sorts of stuff. Pinchas is given a covenant by God for fighting the war. There's yet another census because we need to make sure we count everybody, and apparently 50 million times. God foreshadows Moses' death by picking Joshua as the successor. The daughters of Ziploid force a change in the inheritance laws so that at least finally, there's some equality that's beginning to show up. And just to throw another random thing in here, it goes into some of the very details on how to do sacrifices for festivals. So obviously there's a lot going on here, but one of the things, as I was saying, is the whole Midianite, the killing of the Israelite women for debauchery and worshiping idols, and one of the only times in the Torah where the Israelites are actually on the offensive fighting a war rather than, fleeing, being bombarded by things, and all sorts of other, nasties. But, after the war is, and especially it's really weird feeling that this Parsha is the Parsha that is right after, Pride Month, after we were all out partying, worshiping our pride flags, and celebrating, pride. So, as we said, God sort of, puts, after the war, puts Pinchas in, gives Pinchas the covenant of peace. And, lots of people say that's a reward for Pinchas for, doing his zealotry, etc. But another sort of interpretation of that is that he was saddled with peace and punished because we now have an aggressor who, was out there, but now he has to be the peacemaker. And obviously we're right on the edge here of making it in our band of, 40 years in the desert to the promised land. So, there has to be some type of, peace before we get to the promised land. And this is obviously something, we're very much struggling with society today is peace and, keeping peace. And the other thing here is obviously, even though Pinchas fought this war and got this covenant of peace, not just rewarded for peace, but, really, needed to be the person who, maintained peace. And it was not just for him, but it was for all his generations that came after him in his line. So, you also have sort of the bifurcation here where Joshua was made leader, named Moses' successor, and Pinchas was given the covenant of peace. And this is really showing, we're not just, you don't just put all your eggs in one basket with, Moses, but you need to have sort of checks and balances, in society and in general in life, because you don't want one person, just holding all of, the cards and leading everyone into some type of zealotous war. So that's it for that. And now let's bring the book back.
Okay.
And go to page 47. We cannot merely pray, and let's do this around the room, and I'll start. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end war, for we know that you have made the world in a way that we must find our own paths to peace.
We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end starvation, for you have already given us the resources with which to feed the entire world, if we would only use them wisely.
We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to root out prejudice, for you have already given us eyes with which to see the good in all people, if only we would use them rightly.
We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end despair, for you have already given us the power to clear away sloths and to give hope, if only we would use our power.
We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end disease. You've already given us great minds with which to project prayers and healings, if we would only use them constructively.
Therefore, we pray to you instead of God for strength, determination, and willpower, to do instead of to just pray, to become instead of merely to wish. For your sake and ours, speedily and soon, that our land may be safe.
Together, may the words that we pray and the deeds that we do be acceptable before you, O God, our rock and our redeemer. Okay. We're going to move into our concluding prayers with the Mishabera. And we're going to use the insert Debbie Friedman version. It's Debbie Friedman, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And we have actually Debbie Friedman singing this. Before we do that, if there's anyone who needs healing, please, let's say their names now. We don't have a list for that, do we? Okay. Yes, go ahead and say their names.
Cheryl Salon, Bob and Lee.
John and Rebecca. Dina.
Program. And Memorial.
Jonathan.
Okay. Here we go. Before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. We will say a prayer, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Next, page 54 for the Elenu. Nathan, Lisa, will you open the ark, please? Please rise. Alleluia, Please be seated. Okay. From your insert, we're going to read, "Do not stand at my grave and weep," in preparation for the mourner's Kaddish. Together, do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. Do not die. Okay. Page 62 is the mourner's Kaddish. Here we go. And let's bring up the art site list.
Linda C., friend of Barbara G. Rita P., mother of Diana. Conrad, father of Carl K. Myron Mike B., brother of Barbara G. Rita F., mother of Jeff F. Willis P., father of Diana P. Sarah Bat Izzy, mother of Dassie S. Michael, my dad. William S., father of Bert S.
Are there any other yard sites for today, for this month?
It's still Jonathan. Yeah, it's still pushing for Jonathan, isn't it? Thanks. Jonathan Robeson.
All right. Please rise for the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, v'yamad Ibrah Kiritei v'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayachon u'vyomachon u'v'chayed kol Beit Yisrael. V'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam ome'omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromach v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal shmei d'kudashah b'richu. Le'olam yikol birkata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Damiran v'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba mitzshemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromah. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Please be seated. Okay. Announcements? Yes.
I want to start by thanking you both for doing the service, Elaine for bringing in lots of technology, and Ravid for doing what we do. Israel means struggles with God, and that was a portion, all right, to struggle with.
I would like to thank Ravid for sticking with it after we found out what the part was.
Ravid, this is the first
Yep.
service that you're leading?
Yes, it is.
Yes, awesome.
Apparently, we have a picnic coming up on July 16th, which is next weekend.
Next weekend, 2 to 4 p.m. If you are not on our email list, let us know and we will get you that information. We have a kind of a sign-up form. It is a hotline where it is pescatarian, so only dairy and fish products, please, anything. And I said it was a potluck. It's going to be at Shen Plaza, so there's going to be plenty of street parking, free street parking available, and the big old tent there means that it should hopefully protect us if it does decide to sprinkle a little bit, and it will be wheelchair accessible. There will be wheelchair accessible bathrooms that are in the park as well. So please come. If you would like to bring a friend, just let us know about it as well, because we love new people, and it should be a ton of fun. It is short notice, being a week, but we hope that you can join us there. In addition to the potluck picnic next weekend, we also have open forum on Sunday, which is just the short way of saying we talk a lot about the congregation and what we want for the future. So if you have some thoughts about what you would like to see that Tikvah to do in the future, if you would like to join us and share your input, because it may not be something that you think about all too much, but we are a consensus flat organization. So the people who show up have as much of a voice as those who've been volunteering for a long time in organizing things. So if you'd like to share your voice that way, you can join us on Sunday, and that will be over Zoom. And I think that's largely the announcements that we have. Be on the lookout too because it is somehow coming upon us quicker than you'd think. High holiday announcements, because we will be doing high holiday services as well. That will be located here in Erev. So I think that's what I got for announcements.
Okay.
And I'd like to thank our crew. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, 2 announcements actually. If you would like to, Elaine is the person to contact if you would like to do this. If you would like to lead services and do it whatever fancy way that you would like, bring an instrument, bring a computer, be solo. Elaine's going to be that contact person. I will be leading next month's services. I'm very excited for it. And if you would like to sponsor Oneg, and what we ask for sponsoring Oneg is bring the challah, maybe a few snacks. We got the wine and the grape juice. Contact me. And if you can't see my name tag, I'm here. Hello. Hi. So that is officially all of the announcements that we have.
And if you would like to co-lead services, we will set you up with a co-leader. It may not necessarily be me, yes.
Rotzon is another local queer Jewish organization. We're having a Shabbat hangout. I forget the exact details, but you can invite me after and I can like get you moved in if you want. It's the last Saturday of this month. It's gonna be at Friendship Park. I think it's from 2 to 4. I think you're right. I think 2 to 4, but you don't need to sign up or anything. You can just come hang out, bring a game if you want, or just come chat with us.
Where is Friendship Park?
It's next to West Penn Hospital.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
a long skating park.
In the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll be somewhere.
Between the roads. Yeah.
And we'll cancel if it's it's supposed to be under 50 degrees or rain.
Under
50 degrees?
I don't remember what under 50 degrees feels like. Any other announcements? Okay. We're going to sing Adon Olam as our closing hymn, but then we have a couple of readings after that, so don't go away. It's on page 72. That was very uplifting.
So back to the insert for 2 last readings. First one is, why did God create atheists? There is a story told in Hasidic literature that addresses this very question. The master teaches the student that God created everything in the world to be appreciated, since everything is here to teach us a lesson. One clever student asks, what is the lesson we can learn from atheists? Why did God create them? The master responds, God created atheists to teach us the most important lesson of them all, the lesson of true compassion. You see, when an atheist performs an act of charity, visits someone who is sick, helps someone who is in need, and cares for the world, he is not doing so because of some religious teaching. He believes not that God commanded him to perform this act. In fact, he does not believe in God at all. So his acts are based on the inner sense of morality and look at the kindness he can bestow upon others simply because he feels it to be right. This means, the master continued, someone reaches out to you for help. You should never say, I pray that God will help you. Instead, for the moment, you should become an atheist. Imagine there is no God who can help, and say, I will help you. And a closing prayer here, Pride Wins, a prayer for homophobic brutality,
Also in your insert.
also in your insert. Pride will not be crushed by violence. Pride will not be crushed by hatred. Pride wins, loves wins, beauty and joys win. God of healing, bless the LGBTQ community with your comfort and care in the anguish and pain after yet another senseless, vicious attack against the innocent, an attack of calculated violence against your children. Bless the victims with healing and strength. Bless their families with solace and support. Bless the community with resolve and well-being. Let the day be near when gender and sexual orientation are no longer an excuse for brutality or cruelty. Let the day be near when justice and righteousness prevail, guiding us all to delight fully in each other, our similarities and our differences, tribute to the vast wonder of your creation. Thank you all.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you.